Aquaba at the bank assertive native for. Is Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Yenin Senesaka petition beer, a purchase into the Chief Justice get to Torkono and a year Kunyaka so. Now, first of all, for this petition, will come at the Council of State, and also for the petition to be a command the Chief Justice Ankasa for her immediate response. Now, it's for a year MPP Amanyukonu per Echema upsetting the Excellency John Dramani Mahama, a Yomontiase because. Every time I cry, MPP Amanyukunu sa EC chairwoman Charlotte Semushan and Netusu Akunyantin, NDC Amanyukunu sa did the same thing, the Chief Justice. Now, also, the judiciary, the answer Sanka, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, at the politics, area home, the country to be in a very dangerous state. And Yasam Ketua. Now, SMB Pinocchio could see some of Aircana, some D to be a Madamina.
Article 14610 now. The Ekane say, our president in them say, they establish the Council of State or the Council of State establish a prima facie case now. Our president is some say on the advice of the Council of State, or move to me as suspended Chief Justice.
Sure.
And these are
sure.
Where the use will May,
yes.
May and so a discretion.
Yes.
A chess will to me so ye, and also will to me say on ye.
Yes.
Good. Article 296 of the 1992 Constitution. So, I'm reading it. The exercise of discretionary power. 296. The exercise of discretionary power. Ekono, nyansa bakwa a woman say, it will be exercised discretionary power. That discretionary power, no. The whole exercise here, it was so exercise, a quiet sebi, and I said, or said, I also say, Ube acting in a manner that is fair and candid. So what I say, now send your bear, you know who say, all acting in a manner which is fair and candid, no, there must be a regulation. So what I say, in Tushesina was where the person or authority is not a judge or other judicial officer. There's a NIPA or exercising the discretionary power. No? So when you judge and answer on your judicial officer, they shall be published by a constitutional instrument or statutory instrument regulations that are not inconsistent to the provisions of this constitution or that other law to govern the exercise of the discretionary power. The patrol, your president or a judge.
Dabi.
Your president or judicial officer.
Dabi.
A child will say, or exercise, there should be a regulation that should guide it. Is there a regulation that is guiding it?
Yeah, but Article 146, this will not be the first time the head of an independent constitutional body be go through. And if former presidents were not minded to put in place our regulations now, why do you blame this one for it?
Former sebi. Constitution, it doesn't make an exemption. Constitution, say obi a breach constitution, that will be our challenge here. It doesn't make it right. Say, assume a amasem into bentia into there is no immunity for the breach of the constitution. So I say, the constitution is being breached. This suspension, in the absence of a regulation, breaches the constitution. Sabi, see a breaching on your it doesn't make it right today. So I say, the suspension of the Chief Justice, right, to begin with, in the absence of a regulation or a law to guide the power of the president to suspend the Chief Justice under Article 296, under Article 14610, is a breach of the Constitution. Secondly, what went into the suspension, right, was it done in a manner which is fair and candid? How are we supposed to know? Because the thing, right, is in camera. It is the more reason why there ought to be a regulation for the performance of that duty. So what I say, the fact that it is in camera, no, it is the more reason why it cannot be done in the absence of a regulation, a published regulation, which informs Ghanaians that this is the procedure by which a Chief Justice may be suspended by the president. These are the grounds upon which he might be suspended. So what I say.
Yeah, but now, 296 lawyer. The exercise of discretionary power generally. When you come to 14610, specifically when it comes to the CJ, actually what should happen in suspending the CJ, and it says the president on the advice of the Council of State may. If the president has gotten the advice from the Council of State, which is a requirement, now the president is minded to want to go ahead with a suspension until especially when it comes to CJ. Yes. Yes.
Does it cease to be the exercise of discretionary power simply because he's receiving advice from the Council of State?
No. But there is an express mention.
This is constitutional interpretation.
Sure.
Okay. 296 right? Does it say subject to 14610?
No.
Does it say that?
No.
Does it? So it doesn't make exclusion for the president's exercise of power under 14610. So what I say. You see, it is talking. The only exception in here is the exercise of discretionary power by the judiciary or by a judge or a judicial officer.
Yes.
So if it was making an exception for the president under 14610, it would have said subject to 14610. Going through the Constitution, you see, constitutional interpretation, there must be harmony among the various parts of the Constitution.
Yes.
So yes. And so go through the Constitution. Wherever an exception is created, it does so, right? By either stating so expressly or stating subject to. Which means that it would have created an exception under 296. Just because you are receiving the advice of the Council of State doesn't mean that you are exempted, right, from the exercise of the regulation that guides the exercise of discretionary power under 296. The more reason why you are not even exempted from it. Don't forget that under Article 123 of the Constitution, justice, right, emanates from the people, right, and it is administered for and on behalf of the people by the judiciary. And the Chief Justice, she's not there for herself. She's there for the people of Ghana. And so when you are doing a process in camera,